In there when you're poking a bear, do you wanna go in prepared? You better know that it won't be fair. Wanna provoke him, come here. Must be COVID, you hear? Everybody been wearing a mask. I've not been cloned by their fear. See, it's pro-choice, then it's lives matter. I'm trying to find where them lines gather. You been on the wall, now lies scattering. You wonder that I'm in like nice ladder. Nothing but a thou bystander, unless the window in light shattered. Set fire to the family dollar, you walking out with a price scanner. What's happened to my manners? My patience has been running out. Bless y'all to the blind rappers and all the good you do from the couch. It's clear you gave up, I hear the breakup, the smear and makeup. Regurgitating all that you taking, when will you wake up? Nothing is changing, you hate to be up in that space you take up. Still complaining with all I gave them. Tell them I won't wait up on the shuttle, doors closed. Picking them off like orange groves. Now you wonder why your code trying to tap in like Morse code. You would think you met him somewhere to walk over at me and poking up there. I know, but you don't know me, do ya? I've been sleeping on it, I'm over prepared. Step into me when you're going nowhere. I know, but you don't, no, you don't know me, do ya? You're a narcissist with a narrative, an imperative you listen. You're scared of them, nowhere to live and inherit in their system. I don't care to give any merit, I'm embarrassed by the condition. Look where it is, Americans been tearing down religion. You wanna get rid of amendments, women can be men, but men wanna be men, they're offended. Not every day fed of it, less independence, they're forcing it down if we don't wanna get it. I don't wanna be that guy, but I see where we headed. Black lives only matter when the cop might end it. That's really pathetic, yet y'all still believe in them. Don't know why you keeping them, giving them more hate that you're feeding them. They've gone off the deep end, now I believe in justice, but at least keep it even if you're gonna be weaving amongst us. They pit left on right, oughta be aiming high, just some guy, I don't control their mind. I don't own the media, the TV, your dollar sign. Pull the blind, they go deny while you hold the line. You would think you met him somewhere to walk over at me and poking up there. I know, but you don't.
Thank you so much for making it this far into the video.
Alright, and welcome to today's episode of Tetris Effect and Chill. Hope you guys are having a good day, because I'm having a good day.
See you guys later. Thank you so much.
And yeah, we're having a good time. Yeah, earlier we were playing some Wind Waker HD. I actually was looking through the catalog for the Nintendo 64 games on here, and actually there's a whole bunch I'm actually trying to play soon. So there's Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie I'm down to play. 007 GoldenEye, that's gonna be fun. What else? I'm starting to enjoy Zelda games, so there's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on there as well. And what's up, Ball Ticker? How are you? What's up? Nice. For a first match, this guy's actually heavy. I'm not moving with the type of velocity I should be though. Beautiful. That was a 2-minute one. Yeah. My wife was like, aren't you recording? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're disgusting.
I think that's supposed to make her.
Oh my god. And Nelefi. This is gonna be a hard one. Love you. It's so hard. Sword and field. Oh no. This guy has got like 2K over me, 3K over me almost. I didn't lose anything for that fight. Circle K. That's why I don't know how to faster now. Get the rhythm going. Damn, he actually got me. Circle K for once. Congrats. Slow clap. Okay. Because I messed up. Don't worry. There we go. Why haven't you been here all day? What's going on, Scotty? How are you doing? Oh yeah, you were on the plane. Yeah, okay. How was the plane ride? I hope it was safe. Mexico! Tacos! Tacos and sushi, tacos and sushi, tacos and sushi, and antidepressants. Buffet was. I'll read your comments. What's like the one thing you're excited to do in Mexico? There we go. Circle K doesn't want to quit. Got this. He's not getting away here. There we go. Boom. 1 million in retirement's not rich. Vacation starts tomorrow. It was boring as always. I'm at a resort hotel. That's good. Buffet was closed, so we're ordering food. What kind of food are you ordering? It's all inclusive resort. All inclusive means you get the continental breakfast. 1 million in retirement isn't that much money at all, actually. That can go real quick. But being rich is relative. Like, if your dad's like a good person, you're rich. Like, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Money accentuates richness. I feel like you're wealthy with money. You know what I mean? Being rich is in the heart. Being poor is in the heart. But being broke and wealthy are two different. Are like, you know, that has to do with money, I think. Like, I might not be financially wealthy, but let me tell you, I am rich when it comes to like some family and like belongings, like things I need. Like, I'm definitely rich when it comes to like my past self, you know? Oh, come on. It's all in the heart. He said he's gonna have 12 mil by the time he retires. Okay, but that means he's probably gonna have to save to then. And if he's any good at business, he'll make sure he has more than that. If you know that's the amount you'll have by then, then there's a lot of unforeseen circumstances that can make that better. Or worse, depends on the person, but... Slow. Nice. Saves a lot of good stuff. Hey, real deal. What's good, bro? This heat, that's for sure. Holy crap, that sucks. Not gonna lie, this plane was listening to your song on repeat. Okay. You should have just been watching one of my freaking... Watch one of my streams. For 30 minutes, good stuff. This guy's gonna lose 20 pounds from sweating. I bet you could use that though, big guy. You fucking big old blubber, not you. I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm the fat guy here. You know, all the ribs you've been eating, you know, all the barbecue and meat sweats that you're just catching up. Go. Okay. What are you up to now, though, real deal? Oh, but it's so good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The freaking ribs sound great. playing some more Zelda after this. I beat the second boss earlier today. There we go. Fighting for his life. Should use a little bit more of his countering. I want this guy ended now. Holy. Finally. What's good, J-Dog? How are you? How are you? Hey, was a fighter, bro. Wouldn't stop, circle K. I'll have to watch the stream. Sorry I missed it. No, don't worry about it, dude. This one's not a whole lot. Just chilling. Okay, okay. Good stuff. A genuine G. Yo, I didn't know Andrew Tate plays this game. Yeah, I'm falling in love with Zelda. That game's freaking cool. Come on, yeah. Oh, the lol. I don't know why I'm doing that now. I told someone today that saying LOL out loud like that, like lol, it's like so reasoning. It's like it is. I haven't done it since I was like 14, 15. Stop breathing. Nice. Nice. 110? No chance for him. You're bottom G, bro. Good job, though. He did a good job. Mm. This guy had me. This guy had my number, bro. Kind of just let that last one happen. Yeah, I failed. Big time. Why'd everyone leave? Where is everyone? What's going on, Real Deal? You still here? We're almost at 1,300 subscribers, guys. Super happy. You guys are awesome, dude. You guys are the reason why I keep doing this. Wait, what? Okay. For some reason it was showing me I had no viewers. Also, I just figured out they have Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time on the N64 like library. I'm gonna play those for you, buddy. Since you got me to play this and now I'm enjoying it. I also have like 2 other Zelda games I told you, so that's gonna be like what, 5 total. So 5 walkthroughs total that I have access to right now. And also I'm gonna be, there's 2 Pokemon games. There's Pokemon Puzzle and then Pokemon Violet I want to do. Billy Bust is a cool one. It's like a music game kind of thing, like a platformer. Oh yeah, another one, Pokemon Rumble U as well, my bad. Someone said Yumi Nikki. Yeah, and then 007 and then Banjo Kazooie. Take them with a grain of salt, though. The ones in the 64 didn't age as well as Wind Waker did. Well, like, you know, I haven't played them, so like I remember I played Banjo-Kazooie a little bit as a kid, but like I would love to like go through the entire game. I know that it's not like they're not aged well. It's okay. The nostalgia will help. The nostalgia goggles. Oh crap, dude. Oh no, it's NF and NFL. Dude, this guy's crazy. Oh yeah, the Zelda games are not that, they didn't hold up that well. That's fine. I'll still probably enjoy playing them. Damn, dude. Twilight Princess? Okay. I don't think that one's on there. I like the art style of Wind Waker though. Like it's grown on me over the years. Like remembering it. Like I played up until the point where I had to like get past the first goblin inside the barrel, and I had no clue how, and I just didn't even try. And then like this is the first time I'm actually like going through the game. Like it's the only Zelda game I've even tried. I think there's this one for the 3DS I tried. I don't know if it was Ocarina of Time 3D. I don't know, but I forget. There's so many Zelda games. I'm just realizing this, like thinking back, there's so many that came out. There's those ones where like Link can go into walls and shit. There's all sorts of them. Like, damn. Link Between Worlds. Okay. Then there's Link to the Past. I'm guessing, yeah, that's the sequel to Link to the Past, yeah. Yo, this 100 years in the future and all that crap, it's so annoying for now for me, because like I have to learn all this lore. I hate learning lore. I'm the kind of person that I go through games without even reading usually. This is not the game you can do that. Well, you can, but the process of elimination in this type of game is very difficult. Like just brute forcing games. That's what I used to do as a kid, just like straight up. Left to right, right to left until I figure it out. Fine, talk to every NPC. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, the one for the NES is the third or fourth game in the timeline. The one that's just like nothing. That game was completely like, I have no clue. Just, I don't know. I think I could get through that one easily even, but like it's just like every room looks the same. It's kind of weird. I'm saying that while playing a game that where every game is the same. It's how games had to be made back then, but they didn't have to make it. Have they remade it? Like in like 3D? They should. What would the original game in 3D look like? Tetris. To the gulag with you. To the mother gulag. Beautiful. It's the 11th in the branch. Shit, I was way off the OG placement. Well, okay. It's the 11th. That makes no sense. Is it because there was just lore back then? Is it just lore based at the time? Most of the gameplay must have been just nothing burger. There we go. Story-wise, that makes sense. Okay, that's what I was asking you. Makes sense. What doesn't make sense is just the dog shit gameplay. It's like just lore, only lore. It's like, hey, let's read a book called The Legend of Zelda and call it a game. This guy again, dude? Not fair, man. Not bad, just wasn't good. Was the opposite of good. NES games, to read the booklet, the games came to feel the story. Yeah, I missed the booklet days, man. Booklets like brought you so close, like by the to the game, because by the time you even got home, you read the booklet a couple times, and you know, forward to front, forward to back of it. But yeah, like I miss booklet days, dude. Damn. If you didn't read it, you literally start like Link does in the game, dropped in, no clue what to do. Now that makes sense. Like honestly, like a lot of games back then were like crap, but like that's where I feel like if you could sit there and make like an amazing game out of nothing, like I guess that's it. It's like Zelda's like one of them. I don't know if you watch Black Mirror. There's that one, I forget what the one episode's called, but it's like the guy plays a game that with a sentient AI. It's like it's not like Zelda's a sentient AI. It's just built really well, like as a lore-based game where you like feel invested. You know what I mean? Because they were like, oh, I want to make this game with swords and blah blah blah. It's like, well, we don't have like the hardware to make a game that's like as good as like, you know, Spyro or Crash Bandicoot at the time, I'm guessing. And then so they were just like, okay, let's just go heavy on like the lore, the words, like the text, and we can make something good out of that, you know. I'm gonna get myself some water in a sec too. Birthday! Your boy finally got his Veld tickets, man. Oh my god, I was like getting worried that I wasn't gonna get them. But we got them. They're so expensive. I bought them last year. $500 tickets for like this VIP like section area, like it's just because like they have their own washrooms, they have their own water stations. I can get bottle service and stuff that way if I wanted to, but I'm definitely not gonna have money by the end of the month like that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm planning on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a bottle of booze or something, and I'm gonna go up to like where there's a nice big hill that I definitely know there's not gonna be anything on. I'm gonna dig a hole and put things that I want to bring to the festival. And it's gonna be a 3-day festival, so I'm gonna need to put a lot in there. Like yeah, so bottle service is gonna be too much, but like I could probably put 3 bottles in there, you know, like $100. Bottles here cost like $30 for a good rum for me, because I like rum. I need decent rum. I want to be on my you know, my Jack Sparrow tip kind of thing. And I've been making bracelets, like candy bracelets. Not candy, it's candy with a K. It's K as in cult. And also at the end of the month, we're gonna get either a new piece of hardware or invest into like a Poke the Bear fund. I'm trying to like open a business account with my government, like I don't know how it works. Like I have to, like, it costs like $35, I think, to make a business. And I'll actually be able to like write off some things in my taxes, like for work, and that's gonna be great. Why is the gone? What Why is the rum gone? Nah. Oh yeah. Why is the rum gone? Did you notice he didn't drink any freaking water in all those movies? I gotta watch those movies again, man. They're so good. Johnny Depp's freaking national treasure. He was a national treasure before a girl shat on his pillow. Now he's a legend because he sat there You know he was screwing his lawyer. The lawyer's sitting there like just crushed the case for him, dude. Just immediately won that case. Like they took that like Amber Heard tried her best for some reason, like just crying and all that on stage. He's just like, well, you know, like I just came back and like she shat on my bed. Like I just found the shit. Where's this shit? And he's sitting there eating M&Ms and shit. Like you can't get better than that, dude. I love that. And the memes that came with all of it were just great. Like I love the one where it was like I think an AI or someone like spliced together Jason Momoa going Amber Turd. Ah, it's freaking funny. All right, your boy's gonna get some water. There was no water in the fridge, so I just grabbed the juice. JP. Let's get it. Why is what? Oh, why is... I read that again. I'm so stupid. I'm a freaking troglodyte. Nice. Oh, that's what I get for being a. All right. How much do I lose for that? 37 points, dude. Why does this guy get to just molest my freaking points, dude? It's not even fair. Might be fair, but I wonder how much I would have won from taking from him. I probably would have taken less. That makes no sense. Just happens. Whatever. It's all good. No, and then I get him again. It's just been the same two guys all day. One guy I just can't beat. One guy I kind of can. Damn it. Hair in my eye. Nothing. $125, bro. I really need some good matches right now, dude. I swear these guys just farm their 4 points a game off of me every single day. Like, okay, Ben? That's not even close to my score though. Min-maxing. What do you mean min-maxing? Right with my mess up. What's min-maxing? There we go. Min-max. Yeah. Little gains to get gains. Yeah. So basically using like the least, like imagine sitting there like all day with a 1 pound weight, just curling it. You'll still get gains at some point. Oh, here, this one. This one's a good one, bud. This one's a good one, buddy. Fuck yeah. Ah, that was cuss still, but still, like, that was a good one. Let's see if I got any friendly fire. To be honest, I haven't been stinking today. I've just been farting up the storm still. Why this guy again? That was greasy still. Oh. Oh. I didn't know how far up I was like that. Damn. Damn. What? This guy doesn't want me wasting his time. Damn. You ever heard of King Ass Ripper, bro? This guy is crazy, dude. This guy will sit there. He'll like dunk a donut in mayonnaise and eat it. Fart for like 30 seconds straight and go, oh fuck yeah. Damn. Like, and you'll see as he's farting, like he'll point at his ass, like his holy like shit streaked underwear at the camera, and you'll see the air hitting the fucking underwear. It's hilarious, dude. Nah, you gotta look this guy up, bro. Or at least if you can't find him, look up the your mom's house reactions to it. It's fucking funny. This guy all day, bro. I gotta sit there. I gotta sit and let him get somebody else. is crazy crack, dude. It's not on crack. I almost had him for a second, man. Damn. Yeah, this guy didn't leave it at all. I almost had him for a second there. You saw that, right? That was nuts. That was wacko. That was crazy. That was bonkers. I'm gonna make some updates on YouTube. We're gonna do a vlog for for the festival I'm at. I'm going to, because I don't do anything that's really cool that often, but like, might as well vlog that day since I'm not gonna have my kid around and all that. Might as well document actually having a good time. You know? Give you guys a little eye in the life of Poke the Bear. The editing process is gonna take a long time, I think, because I'm gonna try and get as much footage as I can. But and I don't know if I should shoot it in 4K or if I should shoot it in like 1440 or something like that, because I do have a good camera on my phone. My phone can record some pretty good footage, but I don't know if I should do that. Like, I think I should just do 1080p. And then have the 4K footage maybe, but I don't know. I gotta make sure I shoot it all in the same kind of format though. I'm pretty sure I should. Having different formats would make it look wonky. I get pissed. Let's do this. Let's hope I don't get one of those crack dudes. Oh, we got C equals Friday. Good stuff. Yeah, there's gonna be 3 stages. Dead Mouse is gonna be there. Last year, Steve Aoki and Marshmallow were there. This year's gonna be kind of dull compared. I wish I was there last year, to be honest. I'm hoping that there's gonna be like some special guests. There we go. Real deal, you still here? You ever been to a music festival? You're a bit older than me. How's your experience been? Like, what's like the do's and don'ts? We're going all out, outfits, everything. Not a festival, a few concerts, okay. Ooh, that was a quick one. 30 seconds, beautiful. Not even 30 seconds. Few concerts, okay. Wait, here, let me see if I have like the list. Doesn't go with a list of people, but like, Now we're back at 997. Oh my god, is this guy just gonna, can you go to bed? Go to bed. What kind of, what do you call it? What kind of concerts did you go to? Pop Evil? What was Pop Evil? Any ones that are like something I might know, possibly? They're a rock group, okay. I'm saying, is there, you said you've been to some concerts, so like is that like only for Pop Evil or like for any other bands? So wait, my community posts have to go to a tab. I have to go. I have to use a QR code to access it now and post posts. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can post posts here. I don't know what the hell that was. Here, I'm making a post right now that you'll like, oh, can't remember the names anymore. They must have been great. Very memorable. Was a long time ago. Yeah, it's all good. I was just joking around. But I'll tell you right now, if I ever go to a concert, comedy show, blah, 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 I'm remembering every single person. Unless I'm like sitting there, like when I do open mics, I'm not going to remember all the open mics. Like I remember some of the ones that are good. but I'm definitely not gonna remember all the open mics. But like when I go to see like somebody, I definitely remember. And if there's like other bands, I'm definitely not gonna remember all the other bands that are like on stage. If I go to a concert to see like one specific person, then you know, the rest are kind of just like, I hope they're good. Have you ever been to like comedy shows or anything? This can work. Just one I went to was the Impractical Jokers. And they're okay, but like seeing them live would be kind of redundant. They're also all stupid, especially Sal. Sal Volcano. It was great. They do know how to make a show, I guess. That's good. They have lots of like showman friends. Was it cheap or expensive? Like, was it during like the height of like the Impractical Jokers kind of thing? Like, where all four of them were still like a thing? There we go. And it was 55 bucks. That's actually very cheap. That's actually very cheap for a comedy show. Very cheap. That's a good ticket price. Actually, I lie. Where in the crowd were you seated? That's good for like front. Oh no. Nice. Nice. Left side, 4 rows back. That's not bad, actually. How much were front row seats to that? And how long was it? Like 2 hours? Sorry for like interrogating you on this. I'm just like trying to make conversation. That was a good win. I had that guy sweating. Smoke it. Ooh, he wants it again. He wants it again. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I think middle front row is like 130. Okay, that's not bad. I'm guessing people in the front row got like pointed out. It's like a whole thing. My mom invited me to Kenny versus Skenny on my birthday, and I was like, I don't even know who those guys are. I had to like search them up, and then my mom didn't even end up taking me. She was so mean for that. And then her friend, like, I'm so glad that like what happened. Her friend heckled, and they got kicked out of the show. Just get destroyed, dude. To the gulag. For 225, you got front row and to meet passes for the show. Okay, that's worth it. I would have gotten some merch and, you know, gotten it signed by them. That would have been fucking legendary still for 225. I don't know if that's worth it. I would have told them, like, you know, you guys aren't worth 225 to their face. Like, you know, you guys can give me a little bit of like a refund. Like, I'm kind of like, you know, scraping it. I would have told them to their face and they would have been like, oh, so you're broke? And I've been like, well, like, you know, after the tickets, fuck you. Because I'm the kind of person, I need front row. Like, I don't want the attention, but I want to be able to watch. I don't want to be able to watch people's heads in front of me. I like being in front. Especially long shows, because I always get out. It's fun. But I don't heckle. Honestly, when they talk to me, I try to pretend like they're not talking to me. Like, oh, me? God, almost. Okay, to the gulag with you, sir. Oh, what the hell? No. You actually got me. No gulag for me. That's gulag for me. What's up, Cruz? Should I keep this PFP or switch back? What's that mean? Oh, a profile picture? The other one was more eye-popping, the red. I like red. How are you doing, by the way, Cruz? damn gulag. To the gulag. Boom. GG's. Yeah, I don't need to meet them. I don't need to meet them. I feel like getting roasted either. I don't feel like getting roasted either. I don't get roasted. It's just more like they want to talk about my life and all that, and I try my best just to sit there and lie to their face like every single time. It's funny. I take it as like an improv class, like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that scene in Ted where they're like, oh, we want to go to the local improv and yell out sad suggestions, and then like Bill Cosby, they're like 9/11. They're like Bill Cosby and 9/11. Yes, Cruz. Big switch. Ah, this guy again. Every time. Oh, come on. Because I was doing good? That's not fair. I'm actually excited to play some more of that Legend of Zelda game. Seems pretty small. figured Zelda games were long, like all Breath of the Wild. Let's go. I love how my cat just sleeps in the corner of my eye, like right here in her little house. She has like a little cat condo thing. And I just see her, I always see her just stretching. It's so cute. What's this guy doing? Oh, what? That was just close. Ugh. I'm not letting fast money get me. Boom. Nice. GG's. Pass money. Nice at 27 points. Could use that. That's good stuff right there. Yes, real deal. You're still here. Good stuff. $102.69. Nice. It's the same guy from earlier. Came from Guy doesn't know. Right now he knows. He wants a third one. I basically gave him that one. I thought I had enough room, but it's blue. It was blue. It was the blue! No. Gulag. There we go. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. What's with the misclicks today? Aw. I went to the gulag. That's me. Me. Nah, I deserve that. I deserve that loss. That was a GG though. Still. Alright, tinkle. Get this guy. This guy woke up. He woke up. I gotta go all out. Oh my God. Oh no, this is the 13K guy. Never mind. There's no way I was winning that. There we go. Nice. Hey, what's up, Street? It's good. Good morning. How are you, sir? How's work? Let me guess, you're currently at work right now or going home? Oh, you're working still? Good stuff. Working hard or hardly working? There we go. So it was officially a 14-hour shift. No way. I was gonna be off in a few hours, but my shift got extended 2 more hours. Oh crap. Well, I'm here to hang out. We're gonna be playing some Wind Waker HD in a little bit. Not too long. Around 3 o'clock. Big money, you need to share some of that, dog. Sharing is caring. I'm joking. Don't worry. Time is worth everything, guys. Worth more than any money. is. That's why I was talking earlier. I was like, to be rich, like you need money. That is wealth. Being rich is in your heart. Being rich in all sorts of ways. You don't need all sorts of material belongings to be happy. It's isn't enough. Just say, no, that's like enough, and I have enough. I definitely suffer from what most humans do. It's called greed. You know, so I always want more, but then I always have to sit there and look back. But you know, I've had so little in the past, so like all these things with what I have, that's true wealth for me. There we go. Nah, nobody can give it back. That's why I get so mad for wasting my time. Like when I get into an argument with somebody and then they're sitting there like trying to waste my time, pisses me off to a next degree. If I give anyone my time, they need to appreciate it. Whoa there, Kimosabe. They need to appreciate it. My time is valuable. I don't give my time to anyone. You know, so if I do give my time to you, you better thank me. No, I'm joking around, don't worry. No, it's all good, dude. It's all joshing. guy fighting for so long. Freaking lit. There we go. You're one cool, funny dude. I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad I found your channel. Nice. Thank you, dude. No, I appreciate it. Hard to find good guys like you to stick around. You know, I was lucky to find all you guys as well. Or for you guys to find me. To the gulag with you. To the gulag. Alien Lynn. Street, have you ever been to I was asking what do you call it? I was asking Real Deal if he went to a festival before. 'Cause you guys are older than me. I'm going to my first ever festival, like at the end of the month. It's a 3-day festival. I got VIP passes for me and my wife, and we're gonna have a good time. But well, if you have been to ones, which ones have you been to? And also, like, what are like your do's and don'ts? First time tips and stuff like that. Like, I'm getting earplugs. Like, we're getting matching outfits. Like, not matching outfits. We're gonna do like opposite matching outfits, because me and her, we're like, I'm a white guy, she's a black girl. So because there's a neon day, there's a metallic day, and then there is wild day, which is like, I guess, like animal print and all that. And then so you've worked at Coachella? Are you serious, dude? Bro, if I ever come to America, could you get me a ticket? Like, that's so hard to get into. Get me security. How about that? I don't even need a ticket. I'll work security. I'll work security. That's easy. I could work. Like, what? I'll be one of the garbage picker guys. Get me a, like, yo. That's awesome, dude. That's actually better than actually paying to go there. You're being paid to hang out, basically. Like, yeah, you have to do this and this and that. Like, I guess, like, you worked there, like, you put in a lot more work when you were there than you ever had to do at the hospital, I bet. Yeah, I know. I bet you, like, that. It's literally a free show. That's freaking awesome. Coachella's the biggest freaking festival in the world. Well, one of them at least. I'm going to the biggest one in Canada. So, like, I'm basically going to our little baby Coachella. So what's like the do's and don'ts? Like, so I'm getting earplugs, like I'm doing the candy trading, like, so I got a whole bunch of stuff for like making bead bracelets and stuff like that. Dead Mouse is gonna be there. I don't know if you know Dead Mouse. There's a lot of other people. Look up Veld 2025. Or just Veld. If you look up Veld, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's the festival I'm going to. Oh, that's why I got VIP. VIP, they have water stations. There's no water stations for regular folk, but I got VIP, so you know, we're good. No weapons, obviously no. I'm gonna bring drugs in, like, and hang them out by my scrotum. 100%. Right in my paint, you know. I could probably wrap drugs in my balls, like just tape my balls. What am I saying? I'm a fly, that's funny. How to bring shit, that's the thing. You have big balls. Weapons allowed. Take water. Yes, you can get earplugs. So I'm buying earplugs myself. I'm getting the ones that like don't muffle the sound. Guess how much I paid for my tickets? If you actually look it up, like look how much the 3-day VIP tickets cost. I bought them last year when I had money. Takes going in. Unbeknownst to me, this was on track the whole time. There we go. Street, you still there, dude? Real deal? Anyone? Good stuff, Queen takes. It'd be cool if you and her have matching outfits. Yeah, we're not gonna have matching outfits because like I'm white and she's black. We're gonna be doing like the opposite thing. So like I'm gonna wear for the wild day like some sort of like black, like dark cheetah print. She's gonna wear a light cheetah print or something like that. Like not like or like a zebra. She's gonna wear like a zebra. I'm gonna wear like a cheetah print or something like that. Like I don't know. And then the neon day, we're making tie-dye outfits. Like we're both wearing the same tank top, and we're both gonna wear different shorts, and we're gonna have different bandanas for each day. And then so the bandanas are gonna be switched on us. So like say if she's gonna be like the what do you call it, the zebra, I'm gonna wear the zebra headband kind of thing. The outfits are gonna be sick. Yeah, I'm gonna start the other stream. If you guys enjoyed this stream, make sure to smash the like button, comment what you'd like to see on the channel, and most importantly, please subscribe. It helps a lot. If you guys enjoy The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, make sure to stay here, stay put, and we're gonna be playing that right away. So yeah, we just had to beat that. We just had to beat King Take. So, yeah. Again, I love you all. I'm Poke the Bear. I'm out. Peace. All right, Street. I'll see you there.
In there when you're poking a bear, do you wanna go in prepared? You better know that it won't be fair. Wanna provoke him, come here. Must be COVID, you hear? Everybody been wearing a mask. I've not been cloned by their fear. See, it's pro-choice, then it's lives matter. I'm trying to find where them lines gather. You been on the wall, now lies scattering. You enter that I'm in like nice ladder. Nothing but a loud bystander, unless the window in night shattered. Set fire to the family dollar. You're walking out with a price scanner. What's happened to my manners? My patience has been running out. Bless y'all to the blind rappers and all the good you do from the couch. It's clear you gave up. I hear the breakup, the smear and makeup, regurgitating all that you taking. When will you wake up? Nothing is changing. You hate to be up in that space you take up. Still complaining with all I gave them. Tell them I won't wait up on the shuttle. Doors closed. Picking them out like orange groves. Now you wonder why you're cold. Trying to tap it like Morse code. You would think you met him somewhere to walk over and me and poking up there. I know, I know, I know, I know, but you don't, but you don't, but you don't know me, do ya? I've been sleeping on it, I'm over prepared. Step into me when you're going nowhere. I know, I know, I know, I know, but you don't, but you don't, no, you don't know me, do ya? You're a narcissist with a narrative, an imperative you listen. You're scared of them, nowhere to live and inherit in their system. I don't care to give any merit, I'm embarrassed by the condition. Look where it is, Americans been tearing down religion. You wanna get rid of amendments, women can be men, but men wanna be men, they're offended. Now every day fed a bit less independence, they're forcing it down if we don't wanna get it. I don't wanna be that guy, but I see where we headed. Black lives only matter when the cop might end it. That's really pathetic, yet y'all still believe in them. Don't know why you keeping them, giving them more hate that you're feeding them. They've gone off the deep end, now I believe in justice, but at least keep it even if you're gonna be weaving amongst us. They pit left on right, ought to be aiming high, just some guy, I don't control their mind. I don't own the media, the TV, your dollar sign. Pull the blind, they go deny while you hold the line. You would think you met him somewhere to walk over and me and poking up there. I know, I know, I know, I know, but you don't, but you don't, but you don't know me, do ya? I've been sleeping on it, I'm over prepared. Step into me when you're going